Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia State Panthers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Air Force Falcons. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Falcons will get us underway with the opening kickoff. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. First down here for the offense. Gonna run it. It's McGee. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Right back to the well. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And then you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Georgia State. And once he got loose, it was all over. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down here for the offense. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
To the air, it's Hayes. Dumps it to the back. Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Got a wide open receiver. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
And the Falcons are moving quickly down the field. To give out of the gun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Back to pass, it's Hayes. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? On the move. Shakes off the tackler. They still can't get him down. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Good, solid tackle.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Caught in the backfield, it's Ware. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Air Force.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like,
He's loose. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Panthers. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Hayes. They're bringing heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
A 10-yard loss on the play. Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Georgia State 14, Air Force 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback checking off. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On second down, looking again to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times.
The back goes in motion. Looking to go up top on first down. He rifles one deep to the left. Makes a connection. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Falcons come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
He'll keep it himself. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in, got that sucker to the ground.
Line getting set on second down. Dropping back, it's Hayes. Getting some heat. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is four-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. They'll try to get it through the air. Quarterback extends the play. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On fourth down, looking to pass. Makes the catch past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, fresh set of downs.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And the Falcons trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Hard-hitting tackle.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, yeah, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Longer. 42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Longer. Longer.
Back to pass, it's Hayes. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Falcons. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Georgia State offense will take over 1st and 10.
Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth. I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's McGee. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play.
3rd down coming.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got rid of it just in time.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Georgia State will send out the punt unit.
On to punt it away.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
This offense has a second down play. The pull and throw off the RPO.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Running back goes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Across the 15. Nothing but green ahead. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county.
325.
Pulls and fired complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to move it through the air. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
On the ground, it's Ware. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Fires to the wideout. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
On the double.
2nd and very short here for the offense.
Down 55, weak.
To the air, it's Hayes. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. They'll run it from the gun. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. At the 35, he's open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I...
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Auburn is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Texas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Quarterback will audible. Dropping back, it's Hayes. Steps away to find some room. Looking for his man in the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup.
Yards for Air Force.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Trying to find his man on first down. Coming after it. And And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Keeps looking downfield. He's going to sling it into the heart of the field. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. Second interception in as many drives. This quarterback, he's got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Quick catch on third down. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
Brings up fourth down.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They'll go with a direct snap. Crosses the 35. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
On the run, it's Murray. They bring him down, and he's going to lose the yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Georgia State 21, Air Force 14.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. Catch inside the 25. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He'll do it himself. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that happened to the QB. Calls his own number and all these options, obviously multiple plays. He decides to stick with it, get some positive yards, and now what's next off of that? What's my next read off of that? How am I going to mix things up and keep this defense off balance?
steps to his left, out of the pocket. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
That defender was not fooled at all by the play action. He never thought the offense was running the football. He had his ears pinned back, used his speed to get to the QB.
It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, bro, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's running in the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hoffman.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Air Force. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
Don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. The option look. Now the toss. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Looking to buy time. He'll pull it down. He's got it down the right side. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Georgia State. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Back to throw, it's Hayes. Got the back over the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy, that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's going to pass. He's going up top here late in the game. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Wide receiver shows motion. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He's got an open man. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They want to just keep throwing it. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the right. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Hey, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Little touch pass to the receiver. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
He's brought down at the 4-yard line. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. From the gun, the ground game. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Got it, looking for a first. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
That's just two guys being on the same page, and they just dialed up a play that they feel so confident in. They know their quarterback and receiver can go out and execute in this juncture of the game, winning, needing that 3rd down to ice it. That was perfect.
It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling the close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team,